Namaste, angels. This is the weekly general reading. It's 11:19 p.m. exactly this now, on September 29th. This is the weekly general reading for the period of tomorrow, Sunday the 30th, through Saturday, October 6th. I'm going to begin this week with the Hebrew calendar because that has the first event. It is tomorrow. Begins the 30th at sundown, Simchat Torah. So we'll talk about what that is right now. All right. Going to www.shabbat.org. What is Shemini Atzeret or Simchat Torah? It starts the evening of September 30th and concludes after nightfall of October 1st, 2018. The holiday of Sukkot is followed by an independent holiday called Shemini Atzeret. In Israel, this is one day. Okay, they only celebrate it for one day. But in the diaspora, it is a 2-day holiday. And the second day is known as Simchat Torah. This holiday is characterized by utterly unbridled joy. So it's a really, really happy day. Some of you may see in your neighborhoods, like, well, at least in New York, we have these little buggies. They're like the mitzvah van, I think it's what it's called. And it's bringing around joy and cheer. Playing loud music, honking horns, like beep, 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 we're here. Everybody, let's be happy. It's that sort of thing. So the second day of the holiday of when it's celebrated as 2 days is Simchat Torah. And this one is celebrated by unbridled joy, which reaches its climax on Simchat Torah, when we celebrate the conclusion and restart of the annual Torah reading cycle. These 2 days constitute a major holiday, which is Yom Tov, when most forms of work are prohibited. On the preceding nights, women and girls light candles, reciting the appropriate blessings, and we enjoy nightly and daily festive meals accompanied by kiddush. We don't go to work, drive, write, or switch on or off electric devices. We've actually had some tragedies in New York behind that too. Like if there was people leave ovens on and things because they're not going to be able to turn them off, and there's been fires. Anyway, the first day, Shemini Atzeret, features the prayer for rain, officially commemorating the start of the Mediterranean or Israeli rainy season, and the Yizkor prayer, supplicating God to remember the souls of the departed. So it's kind of like Hebrew All Souls Day. Also, we no longer take the 4 kinds, and we no longer mention Sukkot in the day's prayers. In the diaspora, however, we do still eat in the sukkah, the little tent thing, the booth, but without reciting the blessing on it. The highlight of the second day, Simchat Torah, or the joy of the Torah, is the Hakafat, held on both the eve and the morning of Simchat Torah, in which we march and dance with the Torah scrolls around the reading table in the synagogue. In many synagogues, Hakafat are conducted also on the eve of Shemini Atzeret. On this joyous day, when we conclude the Torah, it's customary for every man to take part in the celebration by receiving the Aliyah. Okay, and it's spelled kind of like Elijah, but with an A in the front instead of an E, and with a Y with a J was Aliyah. Okay, the children too receive an Aliyah. After the final Aliyah of the Torah, we immediately begin a new cycle from the beginning of Genesis, from the second Torah scroll. And this is because as soon as we conclude studying the Torah, God's infinite wisdom on one level, we immediately start again, this time to discover new and loftier interpretations. In the land of Israel, the celebration and customs of these 2 days are compressed into one day. And that's all about Simchat Torah. So following that, okay, that goes through sundown on the 2nd, I think, of October. It's like through the 1st, And then at nightfall or sundown on the 2nd, that's the end of it. That's the 9th day of Sukkot this year. So the Christian calendar. The Christian calendar on the 2nd, so like the same day basically, we celebrate the guardian angels on this day. And to give you a little bit about what that's about, I'm going to www.bbc.co.uk. Feast of Guardian Angels. The Feast of Guardian Angels is a Catholic festival celebrated annually on the 2nd of October. Paul V was the first pope in the year 1608 to authorize a feast day in honor of guardian angels. Pope Clement X changed the date to October 2nd, and then Leo XIII in the year 1883, which is 9/11 or 11, upgraded the date to a double major feast. Catholics believe that each soul, including Christians and non-Christians, has an angel assigned to it to give guidance throughout its life on earth. These guardian angels, according to Thomas Aquinas, are from the lowest rank of angels. Thomas means twin, by the way, and he's wrong, just based on my own, but I digress and keep going. They help their humans in several ways, including protecting them from demons and encouraging them to do good works. The angel cannot affect its humans' free will, but only the senses and imagination, and through these, the intellect. On reaching heaven, each person is united with his or her guardian angel. That's the belief. And so that's what we'll be celebrating on the Christian calendar on the 2nd. And that's it. So I'm going to go to the celestial calendar, where you might find it a little bit more exciting. Also on the 30th, so the same day as Simchat Torah, at 10:03 p.m., 18 degrees 45. So 10:03, 13, 4, 11, 11. 18 degrees 45, 9, 9. Pluto goes direct. Pluto, which has been retrograde for several months, I think 5 months, goes direct. And to learn a little bit about what that means, I'm going to www.tarot.com for an article that they wrote on September 28th called Pluto Direct. Tiny but powerful Pluto, the planet of truth and transformation, goes direct on September 30th, 2018, after 5 months in retrograde. Oh, I was right. That sounds intense, right? Well, it is. When Pluto starts moving forward, all of our deepest desires and secrets will begin to surface. While Pluto was retrograde, we were more inclined to turn inward and bury our deepest truths and wishes. So Pluto direct is pretty much a green light to go ahead and confront the darkest parts of ourselves and others. This isn't a negative thing, but rather it's a way of bringing truth out into the light so that it can be dealt with. This works as a catalyst on both personal and planetary levels, so we can all expect Pluto's powers to transform our lives in one way or another now. If you've been reassessing relationships or other areas of your life during Pluto retrograde, it's time to stop thinking about making those changes and to truly take action. It's been time, okay? Be honest with yourself and others and move forward from the dark to the light. Amen. The other thing that happens this week with regard to the celestial system is on October 5th, which equals 6, right? 10, 5, 6. At 3:05 p.m., Venus goes retrograde. And the reason I'm mentioning 6 is because she goes retrograde 10 degrees 50, and another 6. And Venus, Mother in general, Mary, Isis, all represented by 6. Not an accident, if you ask me. All right, let's learn more about it. So for this, I brought up something completely arbitrary, like I do, very often. And it's something by a woman who goes by astrobutterfly.com. Venus retrograde 2018, what to expect. Venus retrograde 2018 starts on October 5th at 10 degrees Scorpio. Venus retrograde will last for 40 days until November 15th, when Venus goes direct at 25 degrees Libra, which she rules, and which is like her most favorable placement, right, as it relates to love, is when she's in Libra. Venus is the goddess of love and relationships. When retrograde, your relationships are being tested. You have 40 days to review, revisit, reevaluate your love life and your relationships. If Venus retrograde 2018 is already giving you chills, listen to this. Venus goes retrograde in Scorpio, the most intense sign of the zodiac. Death, sex, finances, and taboos in general. What people never talk about are Scorpio's territory. Can you imagine what it means to have the goddess of love going through Scorpio? The valley of death, the inferno. Let's put it like this. If Romeo and Juliet was an astrological transit, it would have been Venus retrograde in Scorpio. An alchemical process of transformation. But no reason to be afraid. Scorpio's death is metaphorical. Nothing will literally die during this Venus retrograde, but your life will be transformed to an extent you never thought was possible. Venus retrograde in Scorpio will be challenging, but it will bring a rebirth of the heart. There's no coincidence that Venus is retrograde for exactly 40 days. Number 40 is a sacred number in pretty much every religion and is usually associated with the fulfillment of promises, but only after a period of testing, trial, and probation. The purpose of the trial, or the retrograde period, is to guide you back to your heart. Venus retrograde will thrust you out of your comfort zone and into the unknown. Yes, it can be challenging. Yes, it can be painful. It can feel like an unending uphill battle against the world, but will be totally worth it. Venus in Scorpio, all or nothing. As you know, Venus is a symbol of the feminine. Venus rules love, relationships, money, and personal values, the most important things in life. The key word here is value. Venus is our unit of exchange. What about Scorpio? Scorpio rules the big cycles of life and death, our legacy, what we share with others and with the universe as a whole. Those things that we have no say in. You have no say when you're born. You have no choice but to die sooner or later. Scorpio rules the deepest corners of your psyche, our instincts, our reflexes, our reptilian brain. Scorpio also rules our secret desires, our taboos, and all the things we choose to keep secret from others, and sometimes even from ourselves. In Scorpio, Venus is deeply seductive. She craves all-consuming love and deep emotional connections, and she's not afraid to dig through the dark side of things. Venus retrograde in Scorpio will remind you of that one thing that you always wanted to have but never got, and it will inspire you to try and go get it. This time it's all or nothing. The first part of the Venus retrograde 2018, from October 5th through October 31st, when Venus is in Scorpio, is highly intense. You can experience obsessively intense feelings and all-consuming attraction. When Venus is in Libra, it's all about relationships. But there's much more to this Venus retrograde than the obsessive intensity of Venus in Scorpio. While Venus retrograde starts in Scorpio, Venus retrograde ends in Libra. And this is where, in Libra, where we have the final outcome, the resolution of this transit. Libra is the sign of the other sign of the relationships. So the outcome of this Venus retrograde will be likely connected to your relationships. Libra is the only sign of the zodiac that is not a human or an animal. It's the only inanimate object of the zodiac. Libra is the sign of reason. The ultimate goal of this Venus retrograde 2018 is to show you how to find reason in passion, how to find objectivity in what otherwise is your subjective perspective. This can take different forms. Maybe you'll learn that in order to get what your soul craves so much, that's the Scorpio part, you need to first understand what the other wants. That's Libra. If your deepest desires aren't being met, is maybe because you need to revisit the underlying principles of give and take and strike to find a better balance. The dance of Venus and Venus cycles. We can't talk about Venus retrograde without talking about the strikingly beautiful dance of Venus. The Earth-Venus dance for 8 years creates this beautiful 5-petal flower with the sun at the center. Maybe I'll use the picture for the thumbnail so you guys can see it. As you can see, the tight inward loops represent a Venus retrograde. Every 8 years and 5 Venus cycles, Venus comes back to the same area of the sky, activating the same area of your chart. In any given century, there are only 5 points in the sky where Venus goes retrograde. Venus doesn't go retrograde in Libra, Sagittarius, or Pisces, for example. Venus only starts her retrograde in one of the following signs: Scorpio, Leo, Gemini, Aries, and Capricorn. Why is this Venus retrograde so important? From all Venus retrogrades, Venus and Scorpio retrogrades are the most profound and bring the greatest transformations. Many of my clients mention the Venus retrograde in Scorpio as being the most life-altering Venus retrograde of their time. For years, I wondered why is that? What makes that portion of the sky, the first decan of Scorpio and the last decan of Libra, so special? And then it finally struck me. When Venus Scorpio retrogrades, what makes Venus Scorpio retrograde so special is that almost everyone alive has a transpersonal planet, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, on Venus's retrograde path, 25 degrees Libra to 10 degrees Scorpio. Yes, I was aware that it's going to cross Neptune, and that's going to be interesting. I might talk about that a little bit. Depends on how long this continues to go. The transpersonal planets are the most mysterious, life-changing energies in the universe. When a personal planet like Venus travels over a transpersonal planet, it comes with a once-in-a-lifetime fated event. No wonder everyone feels Venus retrograde in Scorpio much more intensely than any other Venus retrograde. Let's have a look at how Venus retrograde 2018 will affect you depending upon which transpersonal planet she makes a conjunction to. Venus retrograde conjunct natal Neptune, the longing of the heart. If you were born between 1953 and 1962, I think I have some clients. I mean, of course I can have viewers in that area. I think I have a couple of clients in that area. More actually younger, to be honest. But if you were born between 1953 and 62, your Neptune is on Venus's retrograde path. And this means that Venus retrograde 2018 will conjunct your natal Neptune. Neptune is the planet of higher love and idealism, but also the planet of fog and confusion. Neptune blurs the lines between reality and imagination and paints beautiful pictures that may or may not be real. Venus with Neptune can make you want to drown in love. Your desire to experience an out-of-this-world connection is stronger than ever. Venus retrograde 2018 conjunct natal Neptune can make an ordinary connection with another human being feel fated and can confuse the most rational person on earth. If you're born between 1953 and 62, you will have a longing to experience a soulmate connection. Venus retrograde conjunct natal Uranus, heartbeats. If you were born between 1973 and 1977, your Uranus is on Venus's retrograde path. Actually, I think I have a lot of people in this group too. This means Venus retrograde will conjunct your natal Uranus. For you, Venus retrograde 2018 will be an unsettling transit for good and for bad. So it's kind of like the Tower, how I could go either way. Something will change suddenly and irreparably. Like it won't be able to change it. Won't be able to change it back. Venus conjunct Uranus makes me think of the machine used to bring patients with cardiovascular arrest back to life. When Venus and Uranus, with Venus and Uranus, it's of course the metaphorical return to life. When you don't live from your heart, you're a walking dead. You don't even know who you are and what you want any longer. And this place of apathy, all you need is a trigger, an impulse to connect with your heart again. If you've been feeling apathetic, Venus retrograde 2018 conjunct Uranus will change that. Expect major changes of heart, even if nothing seems to be happening in your life right now. This transit may turn your life upside down. By the end of it, you'll be free and live more authentically. Venus retrograde conjunct natal Pluto, the essence of love. So this Pluto is one of Scorpio's rulers. So that's, I imagine, it's going to be a really interesting one too. If you were born between 1981 and 1988, your Pluto is on Venus's retrograde path. This means Venus retrograde 2018 will conjunct your natal Pluto. Pluto's intensity can be sometimes too much to handle for lovey-dovey Venus. Pluto will get to the core of the matter and will distill the characteristics of Venus. A metaphor for Venus-Pluto is perfume. Perfume is made by extracting oils from flowers by pressing and steaming them. Perfume oils are then aged for several months or even years. It's laborious. But then the result is the very essence of that flower. The flower may have died years ago, but the essence has remained. The essence, the perfume, is in the same way less. Thousands of flowers have to die to make a perfume. And in the same time, it's more because the fragrance is much more intense than that of 1,000 flowers together, and it can last forever. Venus and Pluto will make you want to experience that type of love that never dies. During this transit, you will feel that there is no sacrifice not worth taking so that you can experience such love. If you were born outside these date ranges, you don't have a transpersonal planet, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, on the Venus retrograde path. However, you may have other planets, Moon, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, an angle, ascendant, descendant, your IC sign, your MC sign, or a lunar node in Libra or Scorpio. To find out, generate your natal chart and check whether you have any planets between 25 degrees Libra and 10 degrees Scorpio. This thing goes on. Actually, I didn't realize how long it was. It goes on and on and on. So maybe I'll finish it next week because we're going to, yeah, this Venus retrograde goes on through the beginning of November. So I don't have to talk about it all now. We can get to the cards. I'll just mark this place and talk about it some more next week. On that note, oh, okay. Just checking to see what time it was. It's like 23 minutes, 23 seconds in. And I didn't do that on purpose. I'm going to the dice beginning with romantic dinner. 29, which is all about spiritual partnership. And yes. Spirit says it's 50-50. 29. Sex is staring me in the face, but upside down. I don't know if upside down means something. And the dice that we actually came to, dirty movie. So this can be about like FaceTime and stuff like that, communication. Going to the cards, I'm beginning with the Ten of Air, Ten of Swords. It's the end of a difficult situation. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody may even be recovering from an addiction. So today, the 29th of September, the moon is in Gemini. And I did a reading for today because it was also the feast day of Saints Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, otherwise known as the Feast of Saint Michael, period, and Michaelmas. So that I connected the swords with that, with the moon in Gemini, and with him. You know, he is referred to as the sword many times in the scriptures. The Ten of Air is about something coming to an end, and it could be the sword that's, you know, cutting it off, like enough of this. Can also be about betrayal. I was feeling surgeries also, the reading that I did for today. Particularly a C-section, somebody that was watching perhaps, or connected to somebody that was watching, somebody close to them having a C-section. Opening to the Six of Fire, victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. So that victory could be, again, in conquering addictions, toxic relationships, experiences, actual addiction, substance abuse. Opening to Major Arcana card 8, Justice, which represents the planet Venus, and the sign of Libra, which she rules. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right. Stand up for your beliefs. Ten of Air. And the Knight of Earth, who's loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. The Knight of Earth is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, who may be involved with an air sign, maybe specifically a Libra. Ten of Air, one more. It's the Nine of Fire. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Nine of Fire. And it's the Seven of Fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. Overall energy is the Three of Water. A celebration, a wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. Maybe via C-section, and the need to have more fun. Three of Water can be about reunion too. It can be a romantic partner coming back, and maybe that's why you're celebratory. But it can be about, you know, getting back together with friends too. Or an opportunity to spend some time with friends that maybe you haven't seen in a long time, or, you know, to connect with them in some way. Crowning the masculines, the Page of Fire, outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. The Page of Fire is a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, possibly a Scorpio too, a younger one maybe, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. The masculine is surrounded by Major Arcana card number 6, the Lovers, with Archangel Raphael, who is being celebrated today. Again, today is the feast day of Saint Raphael. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. The Lovers represents the sign of Gemini. Can have to do with making a decision, or can just be about love. This can be an opportunity for love. The Page of Fire can represent that. And this can be you going for it. Maybe, again, specifically a Gemini and a Scorpio, since we're doing all this talking about Venus, which is the ruler of Gemini, retrograding Scorpio this week, which is ruled by Mars, the red planet. But it could be a Leo, Aries, too, again, quite possibly. Sagittarius. Masculine subconscious, the Ace of Fire, an exciting new opportunity, career advancement, change your life now. So this or whatever, for example, as it relates to love, but although this does not have to relate to love, but as it relates to love, this can be like a friend bringing you news. Maybe a friend is a younger fire sign or fire sign period, or somebody that, you know, of these traits who acts like this, bringing you news of an opportunity for you to maybe get back together with somebody, reunite with someone, a Gemini perhaps. And then here is you focused on the opportunity. It can be an opportunity for work too. Again, this is a general reading. It could be a job that you know you would fall in love with. And that's coming to you. Crowning the feminine, it's the Nine of Earth. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So this is about us spending time with us, getting to know and like and even love us, right? Enjoying spending that time by ourselves and learning more about ourselves. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So yeah, we can afford to do the things that we like too. And that's going to be different for different people, obviously. But, you know, for me, it's like getting a massage, getting acupuncture, you know, getting my nails done. That's how I like to just kick back or doing all those things at the same time with the massage and the nails at the same time. You know, that's how I like to kick back, and it gives me time to think and while I relax and stuff like that. But so that's what the Nine of Earth is about, that sort of thing. The feminine surrounded by the Ten of Fire. Too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance, and that creates stress-related health concerns. Well, this could be about a very independent woman here. Maybe you're doing actually too much aside from this part, which is good, the spending time with yourself. Maybe in addition to that, or the reason you need to spend so much time with yourself and to kick back and to relax and regather, right, regroup, is because other than that, you spend too much time giving to other people and stuff, right? Trying to split yourself in half too much. So you do want to be mindful of that and get some of this in, especially if you're one of these people pleasers. This coming to an end. And you can be, again, instrumental in it coming to an end because you can do something about it. You don't have to carry the full burden anymore. There you have an opportunity to lay some of those wands down. Feminine subconscious. The Six of Earth. I love it because you know what this is? You laying some of the wands down. This is all about give and take. Somebody else taking on part of the burden. Somebody giving to you as opposed to, you know, just taking from you. And the fact that we're taking doesn't necessarily mean it was like in a malicious way. But again, I just felt giver with these two cards together. I just felt giver, people pleaser, doing too much. And this is about you at least pondering, considering a little bit of both. Unconditional love and the ability to give and take. This card for me, particularly in this deck, represents the planet Venus again, and all three of the signs that she rules. Here goes Libra right here. I mean, it's very obvious, right? The Libra, the scales of balance or justice, and all this Earth. This is her Taurus, and then back there, all this like scattered air, all the air that looks like it's all over the place and kind of out of control. That's Gemini. The Six of Earth. Again, for me, it's about unconditional love, whether it is with a romantic partner or some kind of person to whom you're close or a complete stranger. When you give somebody something, even if somebody you're passing on the street, you hand them $1, you don't want it back. Nobody's forcing you to give them $1. Like you did it of your own accord without agenda. That's an act of unconditional love. Charity is love. So that's what I mean by this. Crowning. Major Arcana card number 10, the Wheel with Archangel Michael. Again, who's being celebrated today. I like how he's crossing Raphael here. I just need Gabriel to show up. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. The Wheel represents the planet Jupiter, ruler of the sign of Sagittarius, who was able to bring on these opportunities for us, because Jupiter is also all about our expansion and growth and our karma. Some people say luck, but I don't believe in luck, so it's our karma. The wheel also, and Jupiter, also connected to the energy of the fixed signs of the zodiac. That would be Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, which can be also represented by this page of fire or this ace of fire, and Aquarius, where Mars is currently located in Aquarius. At the root, the Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Well, for the feminine, this can be an opportunity to lay down at least half of her burdens. She could miss that. And for the masculine, an opportunity for love or something, again, with which he could fall in love. Some sort of opportunity with which he could fall in love. In danger of missing that. Because we're being pessimistic if this shows up, and doubtful and sort of like unimpressed with what we can see. And so we're looking away, looking down, and then we're missing stuff that's right in front of us. It's sort of like, oh, nothing ever happens to me, so why do I need to pay attention? It's sort of that sort of energy. The heart of the matter. Boom, this is why you need to pay attention. The Four of Fire, contentment, peace and abundance, a happy home life, and the successful completion of a project. Somebody, a female that lives at home, probably finishing up some sort of project in the home, upgrades, renovations. She might be a fire sign too. You get to finish that this week. Maybe it's been difficult. It's been hard getting there. And now you're like, oh, this is not working. Like, why did I even try to do this? If it completes this week, if things work out. This can be new relationships too, especially with the lovers here and sex having shown up. The Ace of Fire. Could be the wand associated with the sex, or a new start, something or someone about whom you're going to be extremely passionate, not just in love, but really, really passionate about. The wheel, of course, about abundance. Love is a form of abundance. It's money also, but it's love too. All right, let's further clarify. I don't have to do all that. We can look and see what the cards say. Beginning with the Ace of Winter. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. So like I was saying, somebody working on some sort of project, maybe a renovation in the home, a rocky start. Like it didn't seem like it was going to work out. And that's so we got like sort of like bummed. But it does. And maybe in the past, these opportunities that have come the masculine's way, whether they're about love or something else, haven't tended to work out. So he's sort of like, I'm not looking for this to really work out either. And so this. But when we do that is how we can, unfortunately, manifest things to, you know, work out poorly in our lives, because we fed it that negative energy. So it's better. That's why tarot is, you know, even useful, because it's predictive. At least mine, it's predictive of what's going to happen. And so then you know to avoid this. If you feel yourself slipping into this, you know what you need to do. Feminine, if you feel yourself doing this, you know what you need to do. All right, so Ace of Winter, that's the difficult start. And opening to the Queen of Winter. This is Venus herself, maybe. Could be Mercury, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Experience, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. The time to declutter your home. Definitely felt that. Clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. Queen of Winter, the Seven of Autumn. The planning, resources, and efforts that you've invested in your dream will reap great rewards. In the meantime, have patience and meditate on your next steps. This is basically telling you to, just stay positive, and everything's going to work out. And the King of Autumn, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. Everything's going to turn out great. Not just say everything's going to work out. The King of Autumn is a Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Projects will be stunningly successful. Projects. Okay? This is an opportunity for a project too, potentially. Exciting new career opportunities are possible. Okay, lucrative career opportunities there. And money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. There could also be something with the Queen of Air opposite the King of Earth there. Something going on between an Earth sign and an air sign this week. Maybe specifically an air female and an Earth male this week. Opportunity for love, for example, coming up for them, brought on by Jupiter, right? It's the Four of Autumn. Be cautious about living a life of extremes or seeing things in black and white terms. Consider, for example, whether you're spending too much versus hoarding your wealth, or giving too much emotionally versus building up walls that keep people out. All right, so neither one of those is good. Overall energy is the Eight of Spring. You've been presented with many wonderful opportunities all at once. While this may feel stressful, remember to be grateful for the blessings that heaven sends you. That can be what this is representing too. This can be opportunities coming to you that will be good for you, lucrative, you'll be successful. This could be you, and that can be stressing you out also. Atop the Page of Fire, the Five of Autumn, womp womp. This is being afraid to even really pay attention to the opportunity. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or career or relationships and lack, just worrying about lack, period, can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to necessarily start some new venture. So again, you're being warned about this. An opportunity coming. Don't lick a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. You'll need to do whatever it is you do to shake off fear. We all have our things that we do to let go of anxiety. Atop the Lovers, wow, it is Unity, Major Arcana card, Unity, the Hierophant. The Lovers and the Hierophant together could definitely be about opportunity for some sort of commitment or contract. It can still be about work, right? You're signing an agreement for employment. Embrace this time of deep spiritual growth. Can be that too. Again, just crossing the wheel. Jupiter brings expansion, growth, larger than life sort of stuff. You may feel called to act as a mentor, to find a new teacher for yourself, or to spend time with others who are also on a sacred path. And you may get an opportunity to do that. Spend some time with other people. Doing something with which you will fall in love. So shake off the fear. Atop the Ace of Fire, where the actual opportunity itself is the Ten of Summer. It's something that will make you very, very happy. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy, balanced children. Somebody could be getting married again here too. And perhaps a Taurus and a Gemini. They deserve congratulations, maybe. Atop the 9 of Earth, it's the Prince of Summer. Romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. This single woman stumbling upon love with the Prince of Summer having shown up here. Or something with, that's going to make her feel, very emotionally fulfilled. Something with which she is in love, even if it's a general situation. She could be, again, in love with her new home and what she's done to it. A deeply emotional and probably romantic, so that's the most likely, experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions both with your heart and your intellect. Atop the 10 of Wands, it's the 10 of Autumn. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. So this is about just feeling good, being surrounded by family, perhaps, feeling secure, feeling financially okay. Something else that's indicative of the 9 of Earth as well. And again, it doesn't have to even necessarily be money. It can be your asset, again, a home or something that you've been working on, some sort of project that has value to you, or even a relationship. When you release the stress, there's room for happiness. Atop the 6 of Earth, the 3 of Summer. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or love. So after an exchange of unconditional love, reason to celebrate, perhaps. Or the feminine thinking on exchanging unconditional love with some close friends, and or, a romantic partner or something like that. Having a party maybe to celebrate the completion of the project, the renovation, the new home, something going on here with a home. Atop the wheel, it's the 7 of Spring. Be assertive, believe in yourself, and don't let anyone take your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. So whatever decisions you make, and again, Jupiter and the wheel is connected to your karma. Whatever decisions you make, you want to make sure you're on the right side of right, and that you stick to them, and you don't let anybody change your mind about what's right, that you know in your heart is the correct thing to do. That messes up your karma, your abundance. At the root, atop the 4 of Water, the King of Spring. Inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise. Now's your moment to step into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused on the big picture. So right, again, if you stay positive here, as opposed to allowing yourself to slip into this, there's nothing but success on the table and good cards, good energy. The King of Spring, like the Page, is a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, or maybe a Scorpio, and also is the representation of the Divine Masculine collective in the tarot. At the heart of the matter, atop the 3 of Fire, the 4 of Fire rather, is the 3 of Autumn. Your most satisfying and profitable career and relationship and project-type successes, they all come from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Okay, so that's taking you back to this. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and your true self to shine forth out into the world. The 3 of Autumn is about abundance that is earned. Right, threes are about abundance in general, but the three of autumn is about abundance that you put the effort in, you worked hard for. And so this is your bonus, your raise, your promotion, your elevation, your award, your recognition, your accolades, all represented by the three of autumn. There can also be something, a relationship that formed maybe at the office, at work or something. A friendship, or it could be a romantic relationship too. We'll further clarify some of these with my numerology deck, beginning with 77 and spirituality, and opening to 27, spiritual partnership. So on my dice, I always have, I come to 29 and I say that 29 is spiritual partnership. Basically, in more than one numerical language. The two is what represents the partnership. So yes, 7 does represent spirituality, so it makes sense. 9s represent both new beginnings and endings in a few different numerical languages, and also humanitarianism. So it's about spiritual partnership it could be on like a larger scale, where your efforts can help to serve other people in humanity, which to me, like a divine union, is basically that. It's 29. It's not necessarily 20. Oh, it's 27 too, but it's 29. All right, anyway. $77 and $85. Follow your dreams. 77. 16, a rebirth. So there's that Scorpio energy that we're talking about, where Venus is, spirituality, and surrender. So letting go and allowing for all those emotions that we just read about to be felt. Surrender. I just saw a spiritual partnership again. I picked it up and made to look at it. So that was that. But we've otherwise come to creativity. So another 3. A lot of 3s today. And again, 3 is about abundance. Yes, they're about creativity too. Coming up with creative ways to help ourselves to become more abundant. They're connected to the Creator also, like to God. The Trinity, of course, and the many different ways that we look at the Trinity, that we consider the Trinity, all of that represented by 3. Also, multiple 3s, the Ascended Masters. And as I said that, the clock, the timer on the camera was at 52:52, so that is a 7-7 right there too. The overall energy is 1, new beginnings. So let's look more at this 5 of autumn with the masculine. And this one, maybe this one. I just want to balance it out. I don't want to only look at one side. All right, so further clarification of this 5 of autumn and the page of fire. Physical activity. So where it relates to work and career, you may not be feeling up to it. And that's why you've got this 5 of autumn. Like you're not fit. Like you're not fit. And it could be a metaphor for this opportunity. But again, the universe is presenting you with this, and you are guided to go for it. Atop the Hierophant and the Lovers. 99, compassion. So again, 9s represent endings, but also new beginnings. Like in supreme math, 9 is born. That's more so a new beginning than an ending. or the focus is on the new beginning. 9 is also about humanitarianism. Again, that's compassion, love for others. So as we had already said, this can be about a relationship, something that you are passionate about doing, a job or something with which you can fall in love, or surrounding yourself with people, like-minded people, spiritual people that better align with your vibration. And in order to do that, you may have to make a heart versus head decision to cut some other people off that don't align anymore. You do it in a loving way with some compassion. And then, you know, everybody move on to their next phase. Feminine, atop the Prince of Summer and the 9 of Earth. Major, I was going to say Major Arcana card 22. Master number 22, Intuition. It goes 13 or 4 or 11, 11. Can mean a few things. Your intuition will be heightened with this water energy that is natural, particularly that of Scorpio. Again, very super introspective and intuitive, naturally psychic. And you're guided to whether it's having to do with a relationship, and maybe a relationship that you've tried before, been there, done that. Because remember, our overall energy was the 3 of water, 3 of cups. So that can be about reunion. Listen to your intuition and to your heart with regard to whether or not you should make this move. Whether it's a relationship, speaking to a friend again that you haven't spoken to, or getting back together with a group of friends or whatever that you haven't spoken to, exchanging unconditional love with other people, and just in whatever the setting. Don't so much do what necessarily seems or feels logical to you, but what you feel in your heart to do. That's the guidance there. Atop the 10 of Autumn and the 10 of Fire. 10, 10 and 8, 8 equals 9, 9. More 9, 9. And look, it's mirroring the masculine's 9, 9. How cool is that? Abundance. So this time of difficulty, again, coming to an end, where we were just carrying the weight of all the burdens, and moving into this place where we're feeling more secure and happy and abundant. Confirmation of that. And atop the 3 of Autumn and the 4 of Wands. Wow, relationship change. Card number 56 or 11. And that could definitely be that. The 4 of Fire, again, can have to do with commitment, marriage. It's sitting here next to the Lovers, which is on top of the Hierophant. And the 3 of Autumn is about abundance that you've earned. So it sits here next to the abundance. If you put work into a relationship, into a connection, you know, one way or the other, the change is taking effect. You planted the seeds with that 7 of Earth, and it's taking effect now. It's working. Boom. Further advice. And from my Archangel Michael deck, again, in recognition of him for the day, I'm beginning with pay attention to your dreams. Thank you for tucking me into bed tonight and helping me to enjoy a wonderfully restful night's sleep. Archangel Michael, I invite you into my dreams as my teacher, guide, and healer. Please allow me to understand this. And if you can put a specific situation there if you like. And you're asking that you be able to understand it on a spiritual level and that he give you guidance. Prayer will help this situation. Dear God and Archangel Michael, and anyone else, you know, to whom you pray. If it's Jesus, your ancestors, the ascended masters, however you want to do it. If you don't pray to anybody in particular, you just make you're making intentions instead. That is prayer. Or prayer is intentions. Intentions is prayer. You know, vice versa. However you want to look at it, you can do it that way through meditation, and don't put anybody's name there. I ask you for divine intervention, and then you express the situation. I welcome your help, and I trust and follow your guidance with gratitude and grace. I need a miracle, and I ask that you send it to me and this situation quickly. Thank you. Amen. Pay attention to your dreams and lean on God and the angels for support. Dear God and angels, I give you this. So all three of these cards have been about giving something to God, basically giving it to the universe. You not holding on to the burden. It's very 10 of Wands. I give you this, and I now and completely, I step out of the way and I allow divine miracles to shine through everyone and everything involved. Lean on God. I got a point. This 9-9 here that mirrors the 9-9 here with the 88 plus the 10-10. Each one sits underneath an 11-11 also. 22, 11-11, 67 equals 1304, 11-11 too. With the 11 at the heart of the matter, with the 56 for the relationship change. I think that's so awesome. This here, another 11-11 too, in the suit of water, 10 plus 3. Just like the Venus retrograde, 10 degrees 3, and at 10:03. That's what it was, right? Is that the Pluto direct? The Pluto direct was at 10:03. Yeah. Equals 1304, 11-11. All right. Anyway, ooh. I've come to eternal love. Help me to perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. Overall energy is forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. I ask that you help me to let go of self-blame and to forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger or fear toward others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for allowing me to feel centered and at peace. His further advice to the masculine. You created this situation and you have the power to change it. So maybe it's the situation that's making you feel lack, right? This 5 of Earth. The one you're bummed about, that's making you consequently feel 4 of water. You created it. You have the power to change it. Thank you for letting me lean on your strength and for reminding me of my personal power. Please guide me to manifest and heal according to divine will, creating peace and blessings for everyone involved. So you're just asking for help to fix the situation, but you're going to be the instrument that actually does it. Feminine, decide to be happy now. Right, we don't have to be bummed either. Decide to be happy now. This says that too, right? We don't have to be alone, lonely. If we are alone, we don't have to be lonely. We can be happy. Or we can decide not to be alone anymore and be joined with somebody. Whatever your intuition is telling you to do. Do it. Decide. Thank you for helping me to open my heart to happiness, joy, and bliss. I'm now willing to see all of the goodness in my life. From the Animal Tarot to the Masculine Major Arcana card, Balance or Temperance. By merging varying points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. Major Arcana card, Temperance, in the Tarot represents the sign of Sagittarius again, like that page of fire again, or Jupiter, the wheel again. But it's a healing energy from the universe. It's sending in help for you, support for you in these your homework, right? These projects it's given you to turn your situation around. The Animal Tarot to the feminine, Major Arcana card, the Empress, which represents the planet Venus. Time to hop into action. Use your natural creativity, it's another 3, to bring forth prosperity and success in your life. So remember I said the 3s can be about coming up with creative ways to make ourselves abundant. That's what this is saying here. Also, this is about nurturing yourself, right? Not just other people and driving yourself crazy and giving yourself high blood pressure, but yourself too. It's about abundance that is on its way to you. So if you've been waiting for some, it's coming. It's a good time to work on getting pregnant. If you've been wanting to get pregnant, this week is a good week to practice. And somebody may, again, be actually having a baby this week or learning of their pregnancy. And there's reason to celebrate right there too. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, the 5 of Fire, competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. If this is not about your own inner turmoil, like being conflicted in general yourself, yeah, it can be about somebody not wanting you to have this opportunity. Maybe that's why you got to stick to your guns with the 7 of Spring. That's crossing the opportunity, sitting next to the opportunity. Yeah, somebody could not want you to have it. It doesn't mean that they're malicious. They may be a little jealous, though, not even realizing it. Like, you know, our friends can be haters and stuff, too. And with the 5 of Fire, for me, it does tend to be a close friend and or family member with whom we're having, you know, this discord. It can be actual drama. On a more positive note, the 5 of Fire also turns up for me like it's like a by any means necessary, it's time for you to take action kind of card. And Balance or Temperance is actually also a 5 of Fire. It's Major Arcana card 14 equals 5. And again, I said it represents the sign of Sagittarius. That's a fire sign. So this is like another 5 of Fire too. And this is, again, healing energy that's coming to you from the universe. The universe helping you to get your oomph back and, you know, knock whatever this is out. Again, you created the problem. You can fix it. Here's the, you know, the universe is telling you to take action and empowering you to do so. Feminine for us from the Angel Tarot, it's another 5 and it's another Hierophant. All right, so there's one here, there's one here. Traditional viewpoints or methods. Spiritual organizations seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So again, it's about with whom we want to celebrate, surround ourselves, with whom, what, and where. And can be about a commitment or signing important papers, documents, get an important project of some sort. Can even be marriage. Unity or the Hierophant represents the sign of Taurus. And I like it with the Empress, you know, because it can definitely be about relationships and love. And from the numerology deck to the masculine. Masculine, pride. This is of what you need to let go. This is really just this. It's the fear that you're not fit, that you don't have enough money, assets, stuff, or you just don't have enough. You're not enough, in your opinion. That's what the pride is about. Also, maybe that you are trying to, you want to, how do you say, take advantage of an opportunity with someone to do something, but you haven't been as nice and fair and stuff in the past. You haven't been very compassionate, and maybe you've even been sort of nasty, and you need balance. You know, you need to come into a place where you're dealing with people in a better way. And so that's what's making you afraid to approach. Whatever it is, again, like school, work, a romantic relationship, some sort of organization, or just in general, the people with which we surround ourselves, like we realize, ooh, those friends that I was, you know, disrespectful to, now I want back. You know, those are who, that's where I align now. I was low vibe before. So I couldn't meet them where they were. They were trying to meet me where I was, and I didn't get it. And so I was nasty. There goes the healing right there, the sirens. And that's the healing energy of temperance. You got all these fives. All these fives. You know, and like I said the other day in a recent reading, in Supreme Math, 5 means power, refinement. And the most simplistic understanding of that is that you have the power basically to refine your life. You have the power to improve your situation, to improve yourself. If you don't feel that you're fit, you did something that you feel makes you unfit, then you work on improving that. If you're worried about material things and money, I'm not fit because I don't have enough, then you know that that's something, again, that you have to work on, because that's not what's important in life. So somewhere along the line you went the wrong way and got the wrong idea, and you got to work on that. And then you can take advantage of the opportunity. School, job, a woman, a man that you're just not feeling good enough for. You have the power to release this. Basically, that's the ticket. Releasing any fear, ego, negative emotions, resentment, pride. It's all tied together. Will, you know, put you on the road to that. And feminine for us, spiritual career. Could be from where the abundance comes. And this 10 of Water, maybe some sort of lump sum coming in, somebody supporting your cause, making a donation, investment in you, or just getting some kind of help, period, where it takes the load off of you, the weight off of your shoulders, literally. If it's a relationship, friendship, romantic, whatever, this is you, the single woman here. You have this opportunity. The Prince of Summer wants to, you know, change that maybe. Make you into some kind of couple with all these twos, pair, relationship. Regardless of any tension that there's been with you, any difficulties that you had, your intuition will help you. And especially if you have this Scorpio, this natural sort of intuitiveness and psychic awareness, this is what's going to help you to decide, you know, that you're ready to exchange with another person equally. You're ready to share the load. You don't have to carry it alone. And even where you are going to be alone, there's going to be some cases where people are alone and they're taking on a spiritual career or some other form of abundance all unto themselves. It's still a matter of reaching a point where we understand that we can be loving and compassionate and everything with ourselves. And being alone doesn't have to mean being lonely. I see the feminine coming into whatever it is, money, love, a little bit of both, right? 9 of Earth, 6 of Earth, 10 of Earth. Abundance, Prince of Summer. And spiritual career doesn't have to mean like you're becoming a nun or, you're joining some sort of organization. It just, anything about which you are passionate and it's basically, it's a spiritual connection, like a soulmate job where, you want to become married to this job. It's something with which you could fall in love because you're connected at that level. That's a spiritual career. So
I wish you all guys luck and hope that you have enjoyed the weekly reading. I'll be back with love. Namaste.